Okay. So peace. Yes, peace, peace, peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom, hotep, Jumbo, namaste, shalom. All the greetings of love and light. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me try that again. All you can hear me better now, I bet. All the greetings of love and light to the darkest minds of the light. Now, I don't know if you can hear me okay. I'm not going to be able to see the look at the chat, but I think my audio is all right. I just want to just talk while I drive. It's a nice day here in Phoenix, Arizona. You know, the valley, because I am a valley girl. I mean, so can you hear me all right, Reese? Oh, thank you. Peace to you. So now I'm actually heading out. So I got to look at the chat and I saw my brother Reese say everything is good. I'm about to just rant and ramble. Just what everyone loves for me to do. Even the ones who love me and the ones who hate me, you know? Oh, I gotta get on this. I gotta get some of the sound bites. I gotta get some of this from the paw. Anyway, hello everyone. What is wrong with people, Reese? I'm still like not on the road yet, so I can just talk. I kind of can look down at the. Thank you for showing my Cash App. Yeah, if you'd like, you can Cash App me. That'd be great. Thank you, Reese, for sharing that. So, what is wrong with people, right? I mean, isn't that an age-old question that we all ask throughout time, throughout cultures? That question transcends every single cultural boundary, every every geographical borderline. What is wrong with people? What's wrong with us? We never even say what's wrong with us, really. I mean, I shouldn't say never. We don't really say what's wrong with us, but sometimes we do when as Black people. Oh Lord, hold on, I'm getting a call. Just a second. Okay, now I'm not getting a call. All right, so um, we always ask that question. What's wrong with people? You know, you just be going through your day like I was today, and you just see things happening, and you see people doing things, and you're like, why? What is wrong with people? I want to know. Thank you, Reese. I will. I'm not quite on the road yet. When I'm on the road, you'll know because I won't be looking at the chat. But I mean, we've all asked that question, like with drivers, people who can't drive. You say, what is wrong with people? People who have unnecessary road rage. Like, for instance, why would somebody speed up behind you? Okay, like say you're pulling out into the main road from like a residence or from a business. You're pulling out into the main road, and there's a light. You're pulling out, and you're making a left, and there is a light, a stoplight, like not even 300 feet away. And all the cars have to stop at that stoplight, right? So when you pull out into main traffic, maybe somebody behind you um, is going super fast, like be above the speed limit. Maybe the speed limit is 35, but they're going about 55. So you pull out, and you might pull out, not exactly in front of them where they have to stop, but you're moving a little bit slower than they are, significantly slower. But there's a stoplight coming up for both of you. That person will lay on their horn. This didn't happen to me. Great example. I mean, It's happened to me before, but not recently. But I'm just using that because I was just pulling out into traffic. So I digress. So like that person will lay on his or her horn, like mad at you because you slowed them down, but they were going to have to slow down and come to a complete stop anyway. So what is wrong with people? Why do they do that? Why? I was looking at this true crime show, and this poor lady, she's 27, young woman, and she was driving with her infant child, and her toddler son was 3. And 3 years old is very, very old enough to know that your mom is hurt and dead, right? So the 3-year-old son, the 3-year-old son, the newborn baby, and her niece, who was like 19 and she's 27. Some guy was mad in a similar scenario that I told you about. They pulled out of the business. Maybe that subconsciously is why I told you as well. They pulled out of a grocery store parking lot, and the guy was speeding, and he had to slam on his brakes because he was going way too fast anyway. And so he started tailgating her, and so she was like brake checking him, and he pulled up alongside of her. They exchanged words. She's like, I have kids in the car. And he's like, I don't give a F. And so she told her niece to throw up. Why? Right there. That's another what's wrong with people right there. I mean, I have so much empathy and sadness that they died, and not empathy, well, empathy and sympathy for them because I've lost loved ones, but not over something like as silly as what happened. But she told her niece, throw this water bottle at him, or this cup of water. She said, throw the water at his car. And the niece is 19, she's 27. I'm sure she looks up to her and thinks, oh, I'm not gonna question that. I'm just gonna do it. That's a cool thing to do. Because my aunt is so cool and fun. So she goes and throws the bottle of or the cup of water at the guy's car, and he instinctively picks up his gun and shoots at the car after when the cup hit his car. That's another what's wrong with people right there. So all around, it's a what's wrong with people. Like he shoots, and then of course he kills her, shoots her dead in the chest, and she dies on the scene. And then he's like on the lam after that, and he was ex-military, so he like, you know, he's gathering all his artillery together, and he just is driving. He doesn't even know where he's going. They find him, and when they interviewed him, he was like really remorseful. And I know people are like, I don't care, he killed somebody, but that's what I mean by what's wrong with people. He didn't think about it. He just reacted like with anger and just with aggression, matching her aggression. Now, of course, people can say, well, she just threw a cup of water. How did he know it was a cup of water? He said, just from his training, that he just knew that he had something make contact with him. After the altercation, he was like, just by instinct, just like, draw your weapon and fire. And then he called it negligent fire, but it really wasn't negligent fire. But in his mind, he didn't mean to fire the weapon. That was just coping, because obviously he meant to fire it because he did. But what he probably meant by that is he didn't mean to even react like that. But that's how he was trained in the military. And I'm sure that I didn't see the trial or what happened from that, but PTSD is a really good defense. It is a good defense, but will it keep him out of prison for murder? Actually, no. It won't. I wonder if he even got murder. He might have gotten manslaughter. But anyway, what is wrong with people? What's wrong with us? I said, what's wrong with us? Get it? What's wrong with people? Why do people take things to a limit without looking forward. Like, if you don't like someone, which a lot of people don't like each other, online and offline, you have to think. You have to think like, okay, I don't want my ego to make me destroy my life. I don't want, and that is what I think. I keep seeing that. You know what's weird? I keep seeing this Bronco, this sport Bronco, the same baby blue sport Bronco everywhere. And why am I thinking it's the same person? Because that's not a really common color, that light powder baby blue. Oh my gosh. Every time I drive somewhere, I see it like all over the city. That's so bizarre. That reminds me of what they say about gang stalking when it's in person. I'm not talking about gang stalking that's clearly online and you're being gang stalked like I am. And I am being gang stalked, and the gang stalkers don't even see that they're gang stalkers, and they use an excuse like, well, one time in 2021 you said something about me liking your husband, so that's why I've been stalking and harassing you nonstop and changing your pictures and calling you a whore and saying all these things about you nonstop for 4 years. It's like, come on, sis. I mean, unlike gang stalkers online, I do have compassion for these people, and maybe I shouldn't. You got it. You got it, bro. God dang, he's trying to turn in here. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. That's just my nature. That is a healthy mind, though. The reality is, though, that a lot of these people are destructive and they want to kill me and they want to see me dead or destroyed because of jealousy, mostly, especially when it comes to the women. And then the men, they just are mad. They're mad because whatever. But I digress. In person gang stalking, they say that it could be like just something that's psychosomatic, like something that's just in your mind, because they say that people who are being gang stalked, they'll like how I'm seeing this blue car, but this car is I'm seeing the car. It could be a different vehicle, but they will say, when I say they, I mean professionals like psychiatrists, psychotherapists, psychologists. They're saying, well, you just think if you see the same person, not the same car. If you like, they'll be like, I saw the same person. I'm seeing all these people. Can you guys still hear me? Damn, I knew you couldn't hear me. Shit. Thank you, Grandma Love. I don't know why that went off. I don't know how long it's been off. Damn. I was going in. Anyway, so annoying that was off. That was weird. My phone is possessed. I don't know how much you heard. So, how much did you hear? Let me get some feedback. You're eating dinner? Okay, I hope your dinner's good. Um, Kenneth Warren says free Diddy. Huh? Well, Diddy had a long time to fix what he did. He could have stopped at any moment from the sex trafficking and all the shit that he was doing. He could have stopped. But guess what? He said, I thought I told you that we won't stop. That's what Diddy said, and he wasn't lying. And that's what the feds ended up telling him. I thought I told you that we won't stop. He said nothing's going to break his stride. He lied about that. Now I did meet Diddy. One, two, I'd say three or four times. I'm gonna count four. Now, somebody, a person, these people, they can't. I don't know what's wrong with them. They're like, Nepal never met Diddy. Like, who is Diddy? Is Diddy God or somebody? Like, is he Jesus Christ? Is he Mahatma Gandhi? Well, you could even meet Mahatma Gandhi when he was alive. But is he Buddha? Like, I met him more than once. I've been to two of his annoying parties. They were boring. And they weren't even at his. I keep saying this. Both parties I went to, those were not owned. Those houses weren't owned by Diddy. Um, I'm sure Diddy has had parties at his own home, but in 19, no, not 19, in 2000, I'm going to say in 2001 and 2002. I'm gonna put that out there. Roughly in between 1990. Wait, in between 2000 and 2002. I wanted to say 1999. Hmm. Let me throw 1999 in there. So between 1999 and 2002. But um, yeah, he's getting what he asked for. Nobody told him to do all that. You got to start all over. Why? Oh yeah, I was talking about stalking. I think you heard about the gang stalking, but whatever. People. I said, what's wrong with people? What's wrong with people? There's another one. What is wrong with Diddy? Why did his dumbass do that? Oh, because he's greedy. Because society says that women and children are a commodity. Society says it's okay to objectify women. And when I say objectify, I don't mean to admire the beauty of a woman and her body and her sexuality. That's not objectification. We're not talking about beekeeper suits on women and women being told that they're whores because religious men feel uncomfortable, with their boobies jiggling when they walk. I'm talking about the actual objectification of women where a woman is like seen as an actual sex object, as an object for sex or an object of sex. Meaning, when a woman is running for president and people are talking about she slept her way to the top, she's a whore, when there's zero indication of that type of behavior, not even a little bit, not even a little bit. But she's attractive, and it helps that she's a black woman. Nepal called her black. Yeah, come on, I'm not silly. I can see she's black in this context. But when you're appealing to an entire nation of people and then trying to win over a certain demographic when you do not relate to that demographic in matters and on issues that affect that demographic, then I reject your ploy or your attempt to say that you relate and that you can you can claim what they are, claim their struggle. But as far as biologically, or let me say this, not just biologically, in this case where people look at her as a whore because she's attractive and a black woman, yeah, she knows what that's like. I'm sure she's been objectified much more than others. uh I'm talking about men, and then many other women too, much more than many other women. But oh yeah. So what's wrong with people? What's wrong with people? Here's another thing. As I go by seeing people walking their dog, why do some people think it's okay to leave their dog poop on the ground after to leave their dog waste? Why do some people think that that is just okay to just let, like that, as if it's an option, that their dog goes potty, that their dog goes potty, why do they think it's okay that their dog goes potty and then they leave it or pick it up like it's an option? It's not even an option, which is really that's my pet peeve when people don't pick up their dog's waste. That is one of the nastiest, disgusting, most disgusting things. I seriously, when I see people leave their dog's poop, that tells me so much about that person. That tells me so much about the person. Like, and if you're that person, if you're listening and you've left your dog poop before and you're like feeling ashamed, good. You should feel ashamed. Make changes and do better. Be a decent person. If you leave, I really feel this way. I mean, it's so disgusting to me. It's just like, oh God, how could you? Like, your dog can't pick up its own waste. So I can't blame the dog. I gotta blame you. People who don't pick up after their animals, yes, people who don't pick up after their animals are disgusting and they are bad for the environment, meaning they don't they're I just think you're just you're a selfish, nasty type of person. You're the type of person who would remember the Ellen show when they were giving out all that expensive stuff and then somebody took two instead of one. Everybody was just supposed to take one. You're that person that would take two. Please, peace to Hootie. Wait, somebody, let me see, somebody said, I'll pick up after my dog here. You will get a fine if you don't clean up after your dog after he goes potty. Exactly. Well, that's everywhere, I think now, which is great. I love that. Um, a lot of cities, not when I say everywhere, there's a lot of cities that say, you'll get a fine. It's like $500. Um, I think it should be more than 500. I think it should be like $5,000. I really do. I think there should be jail time. Yup, sure do. I think when I say jail time, I think it should be a misdemeanor. In fact, got to talk to the legislators about this. If you leave your dog poop, you should be, you know how it says $500? It should say and or face jail time or prosecution. So, because why are you, don't you know there's tons of disease in there? And it's ugly, not to mention that it's ugly, it stinks, it's a hazard, it damages your people's shoes if they step in it. Children are always, walking around and doing stuff and playing their ball, playing ball and things like that. So I just think people who do that, and I love catching people do that. Like, yeah, my Karen is showing. Your Karen is showing. Excuse me, your Karen is showing. I'm gonna close out in a minute. But yeah, that's one of my things I find very satisfying to be like, oh gosh, a couple times at my old place, I caught some people I caught some people doing that, trying to leave their, and then she's such a liar, this girl. She was like, oh, I was gonna go back and get a bag. I was like thinking, why didn't you bring a bag in the first place, liar? Because I was like, oh, hey, you're gonna just leave that? And she's like, oh, I was gonna go back and get a bag. Oh, you were. Oh, really? You were? Yeah, you were. And I didn't say that though. And I said, oh, okay, that's fine. I have a bag for you if you want one. I can get one for you. No, I'm gonna go back to my place and get one. Because my bags are better. She didn't say that, but like, that's so dumb. So then she never came back. Some guy came back and picked it up for her because she was super embarrassed. You should be. Why would you want to leave your dog poop? Anyway, I just want everybody to know that's my live and drive series. What's wrong with people? Peace. Let me say hi. Hi there. Hi, gorgeous. Oh, you do? Okay. Okay. I got to remember that. You have a good day. Hi, you. Hey. So anyway, my hold on. So my live is ending because I don't want my uh I got a lot of stalkers. I don't want the stalkers like, oh, rewind that part. Did you hear that voice? Who was that? Who was that? Where was she? I'm laughing, but it's really sad. Anyway, let's go get a coffee now. Anyway, I don't drink coffee. Well, no, that's a lie. I started drinking coffee again. I got addicted to nitro cold brews, and now I'm live. I'm gonna end it real quick. But I used to drink tea, and I got to get back to just drinking tea. But I love tea, but now I drink nitro cold brews. Pray for me that I'll stop. Anyway, peace to you, Grandma Love, and to Hootie and everybody. What is wrong with people, right? Well, people are people, but guess what? Animals are people too. I like to say earthlings. We're all earthlings, right? So, peace and love, and have a great evening. And I'll talk to you again soon. Aren't you proud of me that I went live so often? Like, I'm going to try to keep it up on this channel. And just have a good day and clean up after your pets. Peace.